Yes, I agree that Heather should receive appropriate medical care. Absolution? No. If the courts find that her sentence was inappropriate, they can alter it.
Her whole career's at stake.
We play some croquet with Violet.
I don't think you're gonna have to worry about it for too much longer.
How about Mac? Not much. Stubborn as a mule.
Alicia, there are two kind of...
It's heartwarming to see Mac and Cody navigate their new relationship as father and son. Cody finally has a family, and it's a positive turn in his life. Portia's intense reaction to Laura's handling of Heather's case seems disproportionate. Laura is simply doing her job, ensuring justice is served fairly. Portia's emotional response, without knowing all the facts, could lead to unnecessary conflict. Meanwhile, Heather, surprisingly, prefers to remain incarcerated, possibly indicating remorse for her past actions. It's easy to forget Heather's history of violence, including her involvement in the death of a police officer who was once Trina's boyfriend. Heather's request for Laura to cease further investigation into her case suggests she may genuinely want to accept responsibility for her crimes. Portia's emotional outburst, without factual basis, seems premature and unwarranted. Her demand for Laura to step down as mayor appears melodramatic, especially given the situation's actual severity. It's unlikely Laura will yield to such pressure, and Portia might need to reconsider her approach. Heather's return to the storyline, despite prior incarceration, adds a layer of complexity. Her ongoing presence in the narrative underscores her unpredictable nature. The unresolved mysteries surrounding characters like Jagger's son and the Pikeman subplot have dragged on too long, demanding swift resolution and more engaging storylines. Portia's persistent grievances come across as overly dramatic and potentially damaging. Her insistence on her viewpoint, regardless of others' perspectives, could lead to strained relationships and professional repercussions. It remains to be seen if Portia will acknowledge her overreaction and seek reconciliation. Christina and Blaze's involvement in addressing the issue suggests a commitment to fairness and inclusivity. Love, indeed, transcends differences, a sentiment underscored by their actions. Maxie and Felicia's collaboration to reunite Cody and Mac is heartening. Their efforts to bridge familial divides and foster understanding are commendable, highlighting the importance of forgiveness and second chances in family dynamics. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Messy Syrup. It's me, Abby, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. On the other hand, Portia continues to assert her concerns about Heather's release, emphasizing that others supporting Heather's freedom may not fully grasp the potential risks to their families if Heather were to relapse into her past behaviors. She sees the comparison to Franco's redemption as problematic, considering Heather's long history of causing chaos. General Hospital's wardrobe choices have been a source of frustration for viewers, particularly with Brooke Lynn wearing long sleeves and boots despite the summer setting. Many fans feel it's unrealistic and detracts from the seasonal authenticity of the scenes. The hope remains that Mac and Cody can overcome their past issues and forge a meaningful relationship as father and son. Meanwhile, Ava's actions are increasingly seen as likely to backfire and create more problems for her, adding a touch of anticipated drama to the storyline. The mention of John's son by Sunny and Ava has raised curiosity among viewers. John apparently has a 21-year-old son on the autism spectrum who lives independently, prompting speculation about whether another son of John's might soon appear on the show, perhaps someone named Dex. Listening to Heather during her conversation with Laura has stirred conflicting emotions among viewers. Some are starting to entertain the possibility that Heather might genuinely be trying to change, paralleling Franco's own journey. The fear Heather expresses about returning to her old impulses echoes Franco's plea to Jason about his own potential for violence if his brain tumor were to return. This complexity adds layers to Heather's character, challenging viewers' perceptions and making the storyline increasingly intricate and intriguing. However, I hope Laura decides to halt her efforts regarding Heather's case Heather herself recognizes she belongs in prison and doesn't trust her own impulses. It's best she remains where she belongs. As for Cody and Mac, I'm hopeful they can resolve their differences and build a meaningful relationship. I'm impressed by Chase and Brooklyn stepping up in their roles, though I do miss Finn. They may end up raising this child together, which I empathize with. Portia's reaction to Laura's involvement in Heather's case seems overblown. Even if Laura weren't mayor, she could still act as a concerned citizen. Laura's fairness and leadership are valuable to Port Charles, and I don't want to see her leave office. Jordan's perspective was unexpected but valid. Portia's duty as a doctor mirrors Jordan's former role as police commissioner in prioritizing justice impartially. It was touching to see Laura give Heather a picture of Ace, showing her respect for Heather's relationship with her grandson. Laura has always supported Esm's role in Ace's life and now extends that support to Heather. She understands the pain of being separated from her own son and advocates for others' rights to bond with their children. Perhaps Laura's involvement will help foster a real connection between Ace and Heather in the future. Additionally, Ava's tactics to manipulate the mayor and an FBI agent into supporting her are typical of her character, but they will surely backfire once her scheme to switch Sunny's medication to placebos is exposed. Like her former friend Nina, Ava acts impulsively and will likely regret her actions deeply. I hope Mac can release his anger and choose to build a positive relationship with Cody, fostering a strong and happy connection between them. Cody Bell is the son of Mac Scorpio and the late Dominique Baldwin. He has a stepsister named Maxie Jones and a stepmother named Felicia Scorpio. Additionally, he is an uncle to Georgie Jones Spinelli, Bailey Louise Jones, and James West on General Hospital. The recent developments on the show have left me wondering once again if Sunny might be written out. I've grown to dislike Ava intensely, especially seeing how hypocritical she is about Sunny's behavior around Avery. While I understand Portia's frustration, her extreme reaction to convince someone to run against Laura for mayor before knowing Heather advised Laura to leave her sentence as it seems excessive. Cody's recent comments, especially considering the actor playing Mac is battling cancer, feel like they're wrapping up loose ends in case he has to leave the show permanently. Moreover, it seems like General Hospital's recent storylines, such as Drew and Willow's behavior and Blaze's cancellation, have left many viewers baffled and frustrated. Drew's actions might be somewhat explained by his experiences in prison, but Willow's sudden behavior feels completely out of character. The decision to fire Blaze for not immediately coming out and Christina being pushed out of her job at the LGBT+ center are also perplexing and nonsensical. Whether these are new writers or old ones running out of ideas, there's a growing sentiment among fans that the storytelling has taken a disappointing turn. Many are calling for a revaluation of the writing team to bring back the coherence and depth that once defined the show. On the other hand, Maurice Bernard recently opened up about his struggle with anxiety, which coincided with a storyline on General Hospital where his character, who is bipolar, goes off his medication. Bernard admitted that not seeking therapy sooner and personal triggers contributed to his anxiety, exacerbated when his wife and son traveled to Europe. This personal struggle has also impacted the show's pacing, as Bernard's reduced airtime affected storylines involving characters like Carly, Jason, Ava, Kates, Valentin, Brennan, and Sam, causing repetitive dialogue and slower developments. It's disheartening to consider how quickly the show might have recast Bernard if he needed additional time off, highlighting the potentially replaceable nature of actors despite their years of commitment to the series. On a positive note, Bernard received support from former co-stars like Steve Burton, Jason, Jonathan Jackson, Lucky, and Vanessa Marcel, Brenda, demonstrating the enduring friendships forged during his tenure on the show. However, Molly's absence is puzzling, especially considering her deep concern for Christina. Given how worried she is about Christina, it's strange that she isn't more involved in the current storyline, particularly in offering her support or exploring legal options. The LGBT+ storyline has its frustrating moments, especially with Christina being portrayed as overly delicate and unable to work, which feels inconsistent. Leo's mention of the center that Christina apparently forgot about also adds to the confusion. It's surprising Molly isn't there, discussing Christina's health or potential legal avenues they could explore. However, it's important to remember that we don't see every aspect of every character's life. The show has to balance paying actors with including scenes that move the story forward, which might explain Molly's noticeable absence. Additionally, instead of having Sasha walk in on Willow and Drew, it would have been more impactful for her to walk in on the Portia and Laura conversation instead of Liz. Portia could have asked Sasha how she felt about the possibility of Heather being freed, given that Heather murdered her husband. This would have added more drama to the scene. It's puzzling why Sasha isn't more invested in ensuring her husband's killer stays behind bars. Has she even mentioned anything about it? I think the reason for Liz being there was to diffuse the situation, rather than escalate it. But I can't recall if Sasha is even aware that Laura is considering reopening Heather's case. Moreover, at this point, it seems inevitable that Ava Jerome's actions will catch up with her on General Hospital. Messing with Sonny Corinthos' medication, potentially leading to serious consequences, has painted her into a corner. If the truth about Ava's manipulation comes to light, she could lose custody of Avery and make powerful enemies like Sonny. Considering her recent conflicts with various Port Charles residents, Ava could become a prime suspect in a murder. Sonny, enraged by Ava's betrayal regarding his medication. Natalia, after Ava exposed her personal tape. Blaze, for forcing her to come out as LGBT+ publicly. Christina, for Ava's role in Alexis's troubles and the public backlash. Adrian DeWitt, who lost his job due to his association with Ava. The pharmacist, fearing exposure for his role. Nina, due to their long-standing feud. Maxie and Lucy, whose careers Ava jeopardized. Jason, Carly, Sam, Alexis, Valentine, and Brennan, if they discover Ava's actions. Ava's days on the show seem numbered, potentially leading to her demise. However, to keep Maura West on the show, they could follow the approach used with actors like Michael Easton and Roger Howarth, introduce a new character. This fresh start would allow Maura to portray someone without Ava's baggage, such as a doctor, lawyer, or cop. This new character could interact with key figures in Port Charles like Sonny, Jason, Drew, or Curtis, offering new storyline opportunities. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.